I just have been through all the bullshit kids will do because I've been a kid myself. And I like to think it wasn't that long ago, but it was. But I haven't grown up at all. No, I mean, that's not true. I don't know. If you get to know me, then. Wait, no. If you, I don't know. If you knew me a few years ago and you knew me now, you might say that I've matured, maybe. Probably not. I think it's mostly internal. I think mostly I've matured internally and physically. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, if I use nothing else from this video, I'll definitely put that in there. Hey everybody, this video is hopefully going to be very short and to the point. I want to go and get a replacement ID today because otherwise I'm going to procrastinate on doing that forever and never get one, but I need one because of the increasing amount of raves and shows I seem to be going to. Alright, so when I woke up today, I was inspired to make a video about an actual serious topic just because of one person's comment. I'm a member of a group called Child Free on Facebook. Before actually joining that group, I thought I was pretty extreme about just not liking kids in general. I don't, say that to be just mean, but I'm kind of awkward around kids. I don't really know how to act or how to interact with them. It just feels weird. I don't know. I just don't have experience with younger siblings or anything, especially if they are young enough that they don't know how to talk yet. I just don't know how to interact with human beings that can't speak to me. So a person on that group commented, I saw this on my newsfeed as soon as I woke up today, and the person said, "I have always wondered why women have complete control over a pregnancy. Don't get me wrong, it's her body and she has the right to do whatever she wants with it, but it causes problems in case of oopsings." I think that must have been a weird autocorrect fail, and unexpected pregnancies. I think it's completely unfair that a broken condom should end up being a life sentence for a man who never wanted kids in the first place, but is powerless and voiceless toward the decision to abort the pregnancy. Bravo, sir. I clap to you with iPhone in hand. That's something that I definitely agree with. I do understand the point that it is a woman's body, of course, and if a woman accidentally gets pregnant and decides she wants to keep it, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. She should be able to make that decision for herself, right? At the same time, though, it's so unfair to the man who, that may be just the last thing that he wants. I mean, she should be able to have that baby if she wants to, but I don't think that he should be forced to be on the hook for that then. I feel like the man should have some degree of choice in that. It's tough because if the man doesn't want it, do you just, am I saying, well, the woman can't have that baby? Well, no. I honestly believe that if a woman gets pregnant and then decides she wants that baby, but the man who impregnated her doesn't want it, I think she should probably reconsider and just think about choosing to have a baby with a man who wants a baby, and that way the baby can grow up with a father. People who say that they want kids, some of them have issues conceiving, and they go to fertility clinics and they struggle forever to have a baby of their very own. And I feel like that is so selfish of those people. Before you start to hate me for that, just hear me out. There are all these kids that are currently up for adoption. These people who just say that they want a baby because they want to take care of something in the world. Just whatever reasoning they have. Completely ignore the kids that are already in existence. Purely for what seems to me just the selfish reasoning of they want a miniature version of them or them and their spouse. That's just a really selfish reason to want to have a kid. Is just, oh, it has to look like me. Your main reason for having a child should be because you want to take care of a living being or human and ensure that it has a healthy and happy life. And it shouldn't be restricted to just a baby that looks like you or a kid that shares some kind of genetic similarities to you. If you're really wanting to have a baby, and especially if you're having issues having a baby, I mean, if it's that difficult for you, why don't you just go adopt? That's what I just don't understand. Feel free to try to explain that to me if there's a good reason that you can see other than the fact that they just want their own genetics to be spread. Because if there is a good reason, I'd like to hear it. I think that's probably the main point of the video, although I definitely believe the man should have a lot more choice in whether or not he has a child, and really his whole life, as long as that child is in existence. the child that he would have preferred to not have, he's in some way responsible for it. I mean, he just may out of guilt decide, well, I'm going to be a good father and be in this child's life. If the man you had sex with and got you pregnant doesn't want to have the baby, then why don't you just find someone who does? Makes more sense to me. Yeah, you could just have the baby regardless, but why don't you just find one of the many men who really do want to have a baby and then get pregnant with one of them, and then the baby's going to have a father in his life. That makes so much more sense to me, and yeah, that's probably about it. Yeah, I hope I managed to make some of my opinions clear. What am I doing? And hopefully it doesn't offend too many of you, but that's my viewpoint, so fucking deal with it, I guess. But really. And now I shall be on the way to the Department of Licensing, and I wish all of you the very best in the rest of your day or your upcoming week or whatever. Bye-bye.